feel like therapy is necessarily accessible to every single person.
For sure.
Some people can't afford it, and some people just don't have access to it.
You know, people are able to do what they love and come out through that type of show, because some of these people, it's like they're from these little towns. They wouldn't get the exposure, so.
Can break even the strongest bonds, especially with the entire world watching and waiting for a train wreck. Social media posts can be misleading, but they can also be oddly revealing. And when cryptic lyric quotes and talk about co-parenting start popping up, people are bound to assume the worst. The speculation didn't stop there, though. While fans kept scrutinizing every Instagram story or cryptic lyric, more rumors began to swirl about Justin's past and how it might be affecting his marriage. One of the recurring topics involved his long-standing history in the entertainment industry, particularly his early experiences with powerful music figures, including Diddy. A series of old clips recently resurfaced showing a very young Justin being promised cars and mansions by Diddy. The tone of those interactions set off alarm bells for many fans who watched them in hindsight. In one clip, Diddy jokes about giving teenage Justin certain privileges and guardianship, which some viewers found unsettling. It's not exactly a secret that Justin's childhood in the spotlight was far from ordinary, and more than a few people have suggested that some of his emotional difficulties as an adult might stem from that environment. Could it be that these unresolved issues are now spilling over into his marriage? The timing certainly doesn't help, especially when he appears vulnerable in front of the whole world. The re-emergence of these clips caused quite a stir, not least because Diddy himself has been under intense public scrutiny. Allegations and controversies seem to pop up around him, leading people to wonder if Justin, by association, might get dragged into the drama. For Hailey, whose image has always leaned more toward the poised and polished side, dealing with the possibility of new controversies tied to her husband's past acquaintances could become a huge stress factor. Some fans speculate that she might feel the need to protect herself or even her child from whatever negative fallout could arise. Others suggest that Justin might be feeling conflicted about distancing himself from old mentors and friends, even if it's in the best interest of his.
Last walk-in was incredible. I mean, the fans, the hysteria. I mean, even this time, I think it's different because in the airport, I went out the back and I have like the car scoots me right when I get off the plane, so I go into the car and then I can drive right off the tarmac, so I don't have to go through the airport and get like attacked, because last time I almost died, and this time it was cool, but they found out the hotel I'm at and there was like they were screaming.
You're in the recording studio, do you ever think, hey, what if I don't make something shitty? Does that pop into your mind in the process?
The fact that I'm able to make music and inspire people, I feel like music is like a sixth sense.
It's like that movie. You've had 3 hairstyles. What's next for your career?
I think everything we did, like I beat him in pool and ping pong, and what else did I beat him in?
You're very self-aware, Justin. I guess we can appreciate that about you, you know?
Well, I got a slight confidence to me. But no, it's cool because it's coming out of a good place, you know? At this point, it's like, I'm confident. I think we all should be confident and enjoy ourselves and have fun, but don't carry.
Possibly sharing sentimental thoughts about entering another chapter as a married couple, but what? Did we see Hailey off on a vacation with friends, apparently leaving Justin and their 4-month-old baby at home? That raised eyebrows immediately because people naturally wondered why she chose to spend the start of the new year away from her family. It didn't help that soon after Justin posted a selfie with a caption referencing Jack's track bed, which basically talks about shallow connections and a less emotional form of love. Normally, it might have been passed off as no big deal, but in that climate, the timing struck fans as odd, especially because it was followed almost instantly by Hailey's own Instagram story featuring lyrics from C's 3430, a song that includes a line essentially saying, "If it's F me then F you," that kind of back And fourth had everyone buzzing about trouble between the two. Then came the real bombshell. Justin posted another story that included a statement about co-parenting failing. That's never something people say casually. The term co-parenting alone implies some level of separation or at least a significant rift. Why else draw attention to parenting in such a specific way? It was like a giant red flag waving in front of everyone's eyes. This time from a different C-track, the entire thing looked like a drawn-out Instagram feud, except between a supposedly married and happy couple. Fans and media outlets immediately started speculating that the two were purposely calling each other out in the most.
It was just so overwhelming for me, everything, just the performance. I missed some cues, so I was a little disappointed at that, and just everyone and just their support. I was honestly, let me breathe for a second. I just wasn't expecting them to support me in the way they did. Last time I think I was at the VMAs,
Public forum possible, social media. And that can't be a good sign for any relationship. As if that wasn't enough, Justin's dad, Hailey Bieber, soon jumped into the fray. He wrote a vague post on X saying something along the lines of, "I have never known a parent that said, 'I wish I didn't have a child.'" On the surface, it could have been just a random musing, but given the timing, people took it as yet another hint that something was seriously off in the Bieber household. If Justin and Hailey are struggling, perhaps Jeremy's post was intended to convey his support for his son, or maybe even hint that Hailey was feeling overwhelmed by motherhood. Either way, the internet latched onto the post, analyzing every word like a treasure map. The speculation only got more heated, with some fans claiming that Hailey could be dealing with postpartum depression, while others wondered if Justin was feeling neglected because the baby was commanding so much of Hailey's attention. Suddenly, the conversation turned to how much of a strain a newborn could place on a relationship, even for a famous young couple who, at least in the public eye, seemed to have it all together. All of this controversy set the stage for a deeper dive into the tension that's been quietly building for much longer. In fact, divorce rumors have trailed behind Justin and Hailey pretty much since they said "I do," but those whispers got louder last year when Hailey posted her Valentine's Day dump on social media and didn't feature Justin even once. Instead, she showed off a stylish cherry-themed outfit and some trendy accessories. Cute for sure, but it rang strange to see no trace of her husband, especially on a day so intimately tied to love. That's when fans really started raising questions. Did they have a blow-up fight? Were they separated for a bit? Or had they simply decided to keep their marriage under wraps? Away from curious eyes, the guessing game went on for a while, and Hailey eventually felt cornered enough to address it. She hopped on Instagram stories to declare that the blind items and rumors floating around the internet were nothing but pure fabrication. She insisted that the narratives people were creating were literally plucked out of